So let's say, for example, let's say there's a girl, you're dating a girl, right? And she really likes you, you really like her. For you, how could she show up in a way that would make you go, you know what? I do trust this person, that I can be that vulnerable side and just start to connect with her on a deeper level.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if I can answer that with a straight answer. Because
right.
unfortunately I haven't been able to date and get to that stage
Sure.
in the past few years. I think, you know what, and I'll relate this back to the wedding I just was at. It was really nice that they were up there. They got married officially a week before, and this was more just for friends and family and having a laugh.
Nice.
And they were reading what was meant to be funny memories to each other of their journey. And my buddy James he's in bits. He's gone. Tears are going.
Right.
And it was just so funny that you could see smiling at him, just absolutely in acceptance of who he was. And she was just like, I'm the one who's meant to be crying. He's bawling his eyes out. And I just thought that for me was absolute trust and security in one another, that he felt vulnerable enough to just let it go. And even I was like, and the way she responded was that, as I described earlier, that sort of banterous, but hey, I've got you.
Yes.
And I think that for me is what I'm looking for. It's being able to have that banter with complete and utter vulnerability.
Yeah, full acceptance.
Yeah, so I think that's my answer there.
Yeah, I think that's great, man. I think sometimes women can underestimate how much guys just want to be accepted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it, because as guys, we come in as a strong, masculine man. We can take care of you. Do you know what I mean? We provide a frame for you to feel safe. And that's really important.
Have you seen there's a trend that was on, I think it's still going around social media.
Go on.
And it's couples who are making reels together, and he does something silly, and because when we're properly vulnerable with a woman, you're just a silly muppet.
Yes.
And he does something silly, and she's like, "Oh, that's lame." And then the rest of the reel, he's like, "Yeah, cool. Yeah." Well, and I'm like, although they're poking fun, that is the reality. Is if you make a comment that cuts us when we're being completely open and vulnerable, that's the most embarrassed you'll feel.
And then he's just gonna be like, cool, well, I can't.
Walls go straight up.
Yeah. And I think it's funny, because I think this is probably one of the only ways that men are actually subtle, in the sense that they will test the waters. They'll like maybe be that little side of themselves, or they'll, share something, just small, vulnerable, something low stakes, to see how she responds. If it's not received well and she doesn't provide that space, he goes, cool, well, I can't open up to you about the big stuff.
And that's it. That's kind of the connection lost there.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's so true.
I think that's a really good point, because that for me, I'm like Tourette. I'm going to just put this on before, because that's buzzing.
Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
You're not stuff. Myself, I'm very like ADHD, Tourette, nutty. I'll be watching things and I'll comment without even realizing silly stuff. And I'm just a bit silly most of the time. And if someone cuts that down, it's a shitty feeling. So I need someone who can see that, and they are just as themselves. I guess the phrase is unapologetically themselves.
Yes.
Because when you're around someone who is, you feel comfortable. You feel you can just be vulnerable. And I was talking to a girl yesterday, and she was like, I'm a complete oversharer. But I sort of jumped in and was like, but I think that's great, because that's when I connect with someone.
Yeah.
When you really connect on this sort of, when you are truly yourself, you're oversharing, you're being unapologetically you. Authenticity, I think for me is key.
Yeah, 100%.
The minute you try to mask that authenticity, or you see, for me, when I'm around someone who I know is not being truly authentic, I might not know it, but you can feel it. I can feel it. The energy's there. I just don't feel comfortable.
Yes.
And that's where I sort of, don't connect as well.
Yeah. In your experience, I know it's anecdotal, do you feel like a lot of, women that you have dated, do you feel like they've tried to portray themselves in a certain way that isn't authentic? That you've been like, there's a bit of a block here?
No. Recently, no. Because,
good.
No, I think all the past dating I've had, people are very, very open. And maybe that's because, I think it is. When you bring authenticity, you get it back.
Yes.
And if you don't, then it's a great way to be like, not for me.
You give them the permission to be themselves in that sense, for sure. Let me ask you something. Okay, so Do you feel like you've gotten more female attention as you've gotten older? Do you think it stayed the same? Do you think it's gotten less? What's your experience been?
If you're loving this episode and these kinds of conversations, then I want to give you something. We recently launched the Kits Angels community. This is a sisterhood for women who are tired of what the dating scene has given them and are ready to take their love lives to the next level. It's a space for you as a woman to not be alone in your journey to love, where we learn, talk, and share our experiences as part of a strong sisterhood, with some leadership and guidance from yours truly, of course. Not to mention never before seen videos from me on how I've led dozens of women to meeting great men. And so as a thank you for watching this episode, I'm giving you a month's membership completely complimentary on me. Just click the Kits Angels link below, and when you join the group, message me the code phrase Angels Podcast and I will pay for your membership. Now back to the episode.
Well, I didn't used to get any when I was younger. And I don't know, as I've worked on myself, my appearance and my confidence, naturally, yeah, I do get a fair amount.
Yeah.
I'm quite oblivious to most of it. But yeah, as I've got older, I feel I'm getting...
I mean, of course, look at him.
Stop it.
Always. Have you found that there's been more? And I'm just asking because some guys, for example, who are more just normal average guys and stuff, and, you know, if they don't get a lot of attention, they want to. Have you found that working on your business, your profession, like that side of your life has, you know, garnered you more eligibility to women? Or do you feel like it's been a lot more in taking care of yourself physically, you know, make sure you're dressing well, making sure, you know, well put together? Obviously, they both play a part. Yeah. But if a guy was like, okay, which one should focus on first, which would you say to him?
Ooh, I would say always yourself first, because I think the idea of building your life around work is a stupid idea. Okay. I think you should build your life and then work should slot into that. And I don't mean, obviously that sounds very, you can just do that. But I mean, you can put yourself first in the morning with a routine to look after yourself, to better yourself. And I think that is the most important part to becoming who you are. Because you start to gain confidence by knowing, as Hormozy says, you build that undeniable stack of proof that you are who you say you are. I genuinely think that is the best way to build confidence. Very true. And that drip feeds into everything: business, work, play. You notice talking to women, you're more comfortable, and that's certainly been the journey for me.
Yeah, no, that makes absolute sense. I always say, I think for guys, and, you know, girls can either, you know, agree with me or disagree with me here. I think definitely in terms of working on, you know, themselves in terms of their appearance, their confidence, working on their level of masculinity, as in, can you make a woman feel safe, you know, feel comfortable? And then, of course, you know, let's be honest, you know, working on yourself becoming stable, you know, financially stable, your business, your profession. And you work on those three. If you dedicate, as I say this guys in their 20s, you dedicate the next 5, 8, 10 years to that, you're going to be in such a good position to choose the kind of woman you want as a wife. Do you know what I mean? So as a guy who dates women, what would you say to, like, do you have a younger sister? You do, don't you? Yeah. If she's like, okay, Ollie, like, you know, what should I invest in myself to attract like a good gentleman guy who's going to, you know, really be there for me? What areas do you think you would say, tell her to invest in for herself?
I think, who is it? One of the, I think it was another dating coach. Actually.
Another one? Sorry. How dare he?
Sorry. I think he was saying the best advice he got, and I really agree with this, is, let's see if I can get it right. All those things you look for in a partner, and make sure you do them yourself. And I was like, ooh, that's a very good point. So I think, thankfully, she's got an awesome boyfriend, my sister, and he's I have no faults with him. He's a great guy, looks after himself. Yeah. So she's kind of
nailed it.
Yeah. She's kind of well done, peeps.
She's nailed it. There you go.
But I think that's it. Yeah, you need to put out what you want back.
Yes.
Because I think it's same with friends, relationships, like how we met. Like we had a talk at these networking events. You attract what you give off. And I'm finding a lot of my closest mates have come from the past 2-3 years because of the things I'm doing, the things I'm attending, the way I am is attracting people with similar mindset. And
you just operate on that frequency.
Yeah. And you feel great. And again, you can be vulnerable around them, and it's this spiral of upwardness. And it's that rule of you are the sum of the however many people you're around.
Yes.
It's bang on.
It's so true.
It's bang on.
Yeah, we do say, we have that saying in Nigeria, you know, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Boom.
You know,
Bang
there
on.
it is, for
That is the most accurate statement. I think couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, absolutely. How often do you think people go? Because I think a lot of people in dating, they go, okay, I know I want this kind of person, I want this kind of man, I want this kind of woman. How many people do you think actually ask themselves, what does that person look for? Like, what kind of woman does that man want to be with, or what kind of man would that woman want to be with?
I don't think many people, because we're all self-obsessed, aren't we?
So true. So true.
I think, you have to, this is why I think this kind of content online is so useful, because it makes you go, oh, I certainly see stuff like your stuff, your reels, and I'm like, oh, I should probably do that.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think by definition people would normally do this. So it's probably a small percentage, but it's kind of important.
Yeah, 100%. It's so interesting because we would do that with like jobs and careers, right? Like if we're going for an interview for this big company firm or
what are they looking for? Yeah.
We go, okay, well, what kind of person do they want for that position? How can I invest myself to become that? But when it comes to like our partners and relationships, which arguably is one of the most important decisions we'll ever make, I don't know why we don't have that mindset. I don't understand why.
That thing I was saying about, I was talking to this awesome guy called Garrett, who's sold loads of businesses, really cool entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he's actually moved into something around, it's like neuroscience, but for business.
Wow.
And he was saying, I don't understand this idea of your career is in the center of your life and you build everything around it. What? And it is crazy. It's like we're on this planet for a finite amount of time.
Very true.
Fuck making your career the actual, put a lot of importance.
Yeah.
But build the life, like build the person you want to become.
Yeah.
And the business slots into that. You can make that happen, regardless of what people say. You can.
Yeah.
And it kind of factors into what you just said.
Yeah. I truly believe that I think every human being has a gift to share, right? And in terms of what it is that they can contribute to the world. And some people, it might be podcasting. Some people might be creating businesses in terms of connecting influence and stuff. Some people, it might be, teaching. I think half of life is finding what that is.
Yes.
I think most people don't, unfortunately.
My uncle says everyone is world-class at something.
100%.
And I was like, yeah.
100%.
You just got to find it.
You have to find it.
Yeah.
What is the gift that you have to share with the world?
That's it.
And then once you find it, and some things, there are going to be some things that are going to be super lucrative. Some things may not be as lucrative, but I truly believe whatever it is, you can make a living off it. And I think it's so much better to do what you enjoy, which is going to come from you developing yourself, right? As in, confidence. What is it about me that I like? What is it about me that I need to work on? Where are my strengths? Where are my weaknesses? Finding what it is that you are good at and then pouring yourself into that, because that builds the life that you want. Because, you'll be passionate about, you're good at it.
I've got,
Go on.
It's amazing how social media works. That is bang on. And it's so funny because that thing that's going viral at the moment where she's like, I heard something beautiful the other day and it's don't love your job. Job your love. I'm like, it's annoying because that is actually what she means.
So
what you just said is what she means.
I've seen so many spin-offs from that. So just like,
Job
don't love your partner your love.
And it's so funny because ultimately what she's meaning truly is that.
Yes.
But she's just done the silliest way. But I think it's so true. It's when you start to find fulfillment as entrepreneurs.
Yes.
If you're doing something that you don't truly find fulfillment in, you'll find fulfillment from sort of getting those mini successes and things. But that's only so long. That will only last so long. That's fine. And you'll reach a point where, because you don't enjoy what you do, it becomes crap. And that's what happened with me. And when you start to do things that you truly enjoy, and if you can find it and job your love, you will have an amazing life. You will, because this investing into working late hours and all of this, I don't think burnout becomes a problem when it's something you truly love.
100%.
I don't think it is. And there's studies around it. And that's the job you love, guys.
Yeah, it's so true.
And I think you will naturally find a partner that shares your interests and things like this. And I found myself around some amazing people recently, and their likes and dislikes are exactly like mine. And it's only come from chasing down what you love.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.